Hello, hello. So, this is the Unabridged MD podcast where we bring you hope driven by science. I'm Dr. Isabelle Amigues, your host, and I'm a rheumatologist and I practice in Denver, Colorado. If you are looking for a rheumatologist that deeply cares and can help you achieve remission so that you can live your best life, do not hesitate to contact me. You can look at my website on unabridgedmd.com and fill the contact form. All right, so today I thought that we would look at giving ourselves grace. And the reason I'm bringing this is that I recently had a realization. I'm not super proud of it, but we're going to discuss this, okay? So, as you know, with the cancer and also in general, we have to, I really, I try to have the cleanest health and the cleanest life that I can get. And as part of this, I try to have a very good diet that tries to avoid sugar, tries to avoid dairy, and has the least amount of alcohol as possible. That said, currently, I'm very busy. I'm extremely excited to create the Unabridged MD podcast and my new practice. But I'm also stressed out because this is the first time I'm doing something on my own. This is extremely dear to me. I really don't want to mess this one because I really believe that I can change the care of my patients, and I deeply, deeply care about my patients. And so, when it comes to self-control, I think that when it comes to eating or drinking, it takes me a lot of self-control because I eat sometimes because I'm bored, sometimes because I'm stressed, sometimes because I'm tired. So anyway, so I'm coming back from this restaurant and I've eaten not one, but two desserts. Two desserts because they were amazing. And because I was stressed out. And also I had, a glass of wine. And here I am starting to beat myself up because I had two desserts and one glass of wine. And I'm telling myself, oh, really, you have a PET scan coming up. You want to make sure that there's no cancer. And here you are eating sugar, drinking alcohol, which is basically pure sugar. And who are you to tell your patients what they need to do? Like, what type of doctor are you? What type of mom are you? What type of, family member and friend are you? And I was starting to feel really guilty, and all the pleasure that was very short of eating those delicious desserts and this good wine with good company, I started just feeling super guilty and beating myself up. And then I stopped. And I was like, hold on. I'm doing exactly what I'm telling my patient to avoid, which is that, the diet, the exercise, all of this. I'm always saying that we aim for 80% and that we do not beat ourselves up if we cannot make it, because progress over perfection. That's really what I say. That's success. And so I had to stop and I had to think, okay, well, sure, I'm doing exactly what I see my patients doing. And that does not serve us, right? So I have sometimes patients that come and feel that they are not deserving, that they don't deserve remission, that they don't deserve to look better because they are not eating properly or that they are not exercising. And there's a lot of guilt and there's a lot of self-inflicted hurt and harm. They feel like they don't have any self-control. They feel that they are not good enough or they're not deserving. And we have to pause and to think, how can I change this mindset? So today I want to talk to you about why I think that this does not serve us. And two, I want to give you 3 techniques that I think can really help us giving ourselves grace so we can actually move forward instead of moving backward and beating ourselves up. Okay, so hopefully you're ready. So the first thing is why I think we need to give ourselves grace. So, when you take health and when you take just in general in health, right? In general life, it doesn't help us to feel guilty. It does not help us. If you think about it, like try to imagine the last time that you felt guilty. Does that actually bring anything? And my suspicion is that it doesn't, that it only brings very negative feeling, and that we end up beating ourselves up about this and not actually moving forward. So I'm going to take someone that's smoking, going to take a cigarette, and then feel guilty the whole time that they are smoking it, and then, doing this again the next cigarette, right? It doesn't actually help. Eating chocolate, well, I love chocolate. I think 85% is absolutely okay. But if my chocolate has a lot of sugar, I may feel guilty. And the truth is, it doesn't help, because I have eaten the chocolate, and the truth is that I most likely may eat more chocolate later on, especially if it's in front of me. So it doesn't help. So because, right, what do? I'm eating the chocolate fast as possible. I'm eating that dessert as fast as possible. I'm eating, all of those things that I'm feeling guilty about. I'm trying to hide any proof that they existed, but they went into my body. Like, there's no reason to do this. I should embrace them, and I should be like, you know what? I'm gonna eat that piece of chocolate or that piece of sugar or that drinking, but I'm gonna enjoy every single bit of it. And I think that really helps, right? So I've actually already started to tell you about the techniques that I'm thinking. So the first one is stop and recognize that you are feeling guilty, that you have done something that you're not feeling proud of, right? Stop, right? So, okay, I just ate this piece of chocolate that, not the 85%, but the one that has a ton of sugar, like Kitty Kat or M&M's or, and I'm like, I just ate this, it has sugar. Cancer doesn't, for cancer, you're trying to not have too much overweight, and you're trying to eat a very healthy lifestyle. Same thing for rheumatoid arthritis or inflammatory arthritis, psoriatic arthritis and all this, right? So then you're like, okay, well, hold on. Okay, fine. I did something that is not necessarily the best for my health. However, can I enjoy this? Can I actually take every single piece of time? Can I look at my piece of chocolate? Can I maybe look at it and think, oh my gosh, I'm about to eat something so good and I don't usually eat this, right? I'm gonna celebrate the fact that I'm eating this piece of chocolate. Or this glass of wine, and look at it, with for what it is, which is like this one-time thing. And then, recognize that, so that's this number 2, recognize of the reason I did this. Meaning, right, if I feel guilty, if I have eaten my piece of chocolate and I feel guilty, okay? Recognize that feeling. Recognize that feeling so that I don't carry that guilt over. Why? Because if I carry that guilt over, chances are I'm going to repeat it. And I'm going to repeat the feeling guilty. And honestly, the guilt, what it does on our body is probably just as bad as the sugar. So we might as well enjoy the sugar and not the guilt, right? And so recognizing of the reason we are doing it allows us to not repeat that issue, right? Not repeat that same thing. So in my case, when I was telling you at the beginning that I ate, 2 desserts and that I drank a glass of wine, I think for me, I wish I had paused and I had been like, you know what? I'm stressed out right now, or I'm just anxious, or whatever feeling I had, right? And that's okay. And I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to enjoy every single bite of those desserts and every single sip of this wine. And I'm going to recognize that the reason I was going to eat it so fast and not realizing what I was, taking into my mouth is that I'm feeling a little anxious, and that, it's okay. The third one is to find at the moment that you're feeling guilty, to find the next step forward. So for me, at least, if I start feeling guilty and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just ate like this piece of chocolate or those 2 desserts and this wine, I try to give something in return, right? So I'm basically telling my body, okay, well, look, I've eaten this. Here is the thing. I'm going to do, 20 crunches, or I'm going to do some yoga, or I'm going to exercise, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to say, okay, tomorrow. I'm just going to do it right now. And the truth is that I may just do 10 minutes of exercise, but those 10 minutes really help me feel less guilty about myself, because I'm like, okay, well, yes, I ate more than I needed, more than I really wanted to. But the truth is that it's okay. I'm going to give something else to my body. So maybe it's water, like drinking a lot of water. Maybe it's exercising. Maybe it's I'm going to meditate. Maybe it's writing in a journal. Maybe it's walking outside. Or maybe it's talking to a friend and telling them how much you love them. Do something at that moment so that it's almost sort of an erase, like you're helping to erase. You're helping to give yourself some good feelings. All right? So I hope this was useful. As usual, if you think that this podcast has helped you, and if you enjoyed it, and if you've gone all the way for now, I'm asking you to share it with at least one friend today. Share this podcast, share this episode. It could change the life of one of your friends. And I ask for your support. So subscribe, and share this episode, and share the Unabridged MD. Again, if you are looking for a rheumatologist who cares deeply for you, I am she. Have a wonderful day. Take care.